to the Abbey of the Lemur. Well, we're here, we're hanging tough, and we're bored out of our skulls, but the cameras are on and the lights are on. What do you think of those lights, Mr. Panda?
They hurt mine eyes. My little peepers. You know, they're pretty weak from all the substances I consume. You know, smoking that shit.
Yeah, I don't know, do you wait till it dries, or do you just get it up wet?
I like it when it's nice, wet, and dank.
Dank, a word that's not used often enough.
Yeah, I don't know, I just personally can't describe how much my ass hurts right now. I think I just tried to pass the entire Chinese buffet through my colon at once.
Your colon, pal.
Woo! Oh boy.
He's black. And Colin Powell, he's black, and he's named after that which shit passes through. What does that mean?
I don't know. But he's in a position where he can blow shit up.
You know,
Yeah.
blow shit out his ass.
Man, I just blew a brick house out my ass, and boy did it hurt. Anyway, here's Shannon to tell you a little bit more about what you've won.
And then Tom with the weather.
Right. Weather-wise, we have tornadoes everywhere but here. Aren't you lucky? But as far as what you've won, well, there is the box of Captain Crunch con Crunch Berries. So I've been watching too much Mexican TV, and you will, the grand prize winner will win an opportunity to be reamed up the ass with a table leg until dead. Back to you, Panda.
My beard kind of has cleavage.
He's tweedling his beard.
It splits in the middle.
It's very satanic.
Chicks like my beard. They say, "Damn, you're smooth."
You want to suck the scrambled eggs out of your beard.
There's some that have been there for a couple of years now.
You could lead an archaeological expedition and do the beard.
I like pork.
Scrambled eggs get nice and fertile after a while, after they've been sitting in someone's base layer for a few years or whatever. It's like they start growing new life forms in them. They become their own little microcosms. After a while, they just get too cute and fuzzy to throw away.
Sometimes
And then they're resold as sea monkeys.
sometimes I like to. I smell my mustache and it brings back, memories of times with the ladies.
No additional comment needed or warranted.
It's always better the second time around. Well, maybe not.
Make that face like when a bull walks up behind a cow's ass and gets ready to jump her. I learned a lot of things on the farm.
Dead air.
Dead air, 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 dead air.
And now Uncle Panda will amuse you with his wide and vast repertoire of critter noises.
Oh, I can't do that anymore. My
Alright.
throat's getting sore. Kind of like when I do a bunch of coke or something.
Yeah. Dr. Phlegm. Let's have a big hand for phlegm.
Woo!
Phlegm.
Nature's a little KY.
Oh, God.
It's nothing like when you're a little dry and just hawking up a big hoofer for down there. Grease it all up. That's how we do it in the sticks anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of the sad part about consumerism. Is I don't know, the propensity to invent things to help us out when we've already got the capacity to do stuff about it. Of course, when your snot machine goes dry, what can you do?
Get KY.
You do need a little bit of help sometimes.
Yeah.
There's always butter.
And brethren and children, when you need that help, you've got to call out and ask for that help. You've got to say, yea, Lord, I am helpless.
Yea, Lord, drop some KY on my ass. Lord, please bless me with KY in my dried up hollow cunt. Or something.
Yeah.
But,
Anyway.
yeah, KY is an artificial project, or an artificial product because the good Lord, as he said, did give us the capacity to cough up a hawker. And when you get hawkers, you know, there's no further lubrication needed.
But when you run out of hawkers, you got to do something.
Yeah, and so then there's like KY and extra glide.
You can drink a bunch of milk.
That'll make you have hawkers. And orange juice.
Mm.
Orange juice gives you real good hawkers.
That's why Jesus in his infinite wisdom put cows and oranges on the earth.
Mm-hmm. For phlegm production.
Yeah. That's why Solomon in his infinite wisdom wrote the Song of Solomon.
And then when Christ turned the water into wine at the wedding at Cana, he made it extra sweet, sticky wine that produces good hawkers. So there are lots of subtle references to hawkers in the Bible, and the King James Version doesn't use the word hawker or loogie per se, but there's all kinds of references to hawkers in the Bible, and you just have to read between the lines.
Yeah. It's kind of like seeing the Fnords appear.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Or when you're wearing the special glasses and you can see all the words appearing in the billboards, like, breed, conform, consume. You know the kind.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people today, they're all about it.
Yeah. The consumerism shuffle.
Selling our soul to corporate America. Being trained to become good little globalists.
Yeah.
Well, we're here in the corporate free zone right now, and of course, we'll say that one minute and slam down Twinkies the next minute. But what the hell, I mean.
Nobody ever required us to be consistent.
Yeah, I mean, hell, Bill O'Reilly jokingly refers to his show as the no spin zone, and isn't that a laugh?
Well, yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I don't think O'Reilly's joking when he says the no spin zone. It's just that the rest of America realizes it's a damn joke. That goddamn little leprechaun.
But anyway, we can tell that y'all are a discriminating audience, and
They're watching us.
well,
Sorry.
that kind of says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You folks are a discriminating audience. You got good taste, and you taste pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
But
We don't necessarily need viewers with good taste, just viewers that taste good.
Yeah, we gotta talk about our audience, some of these fucks out there.
Yeah. Well, what are the demographics we're running on right now? Like 80% dog dicks and maybe, I don't know, 11% Joe Schmoes and a couple of Zen masters and but all of the Bavarian Illuminati I watched.
well, they know that.
Well, they're our
they're-
sponsors.
Well, they're our sponsors, and they're also our worst enemy. Or we're their worst nightmare. That's why they give us money.
They cut us slack.
It's kind of a practice thing to help keep us contained.
Right.
We'll give them a little bit of space, give them a little bit of money, let them say a little bit of what they want to say, and that way, maybe they won't hurt us. But we are kind of plotting their downfall.
Continually.
From the inside, though, seeing as how many decades we spent working for the Trilateral Commission.
And I'm probably 50 years between the three of us.
Right.
But of course, we pretty much maintain that things are pretty bad under the Illuminati. But to be honest with you, it's not going to get. I don't know. We're not going to run things any better when we take over. we'll still be raving dicks and we'll still fuck you all up. Just
But you'll have fun while we're doing it.
we're hip. That's the whole thing. We're hip.
We're hip, we're happening, we're now.
Yeah, we're like bobos or
My
something.
We're gonna
personal,
send you to hell, but you're gonna thank us for it.
my personal agenda is to pretty much drag my nuts over the face of the nation.
That's a good agenda, I like that. If I had any nuts, I'd drag them over the face of the
I'm
nation.
gonna make sure they're nice and greasy too.
I am nuts. Drag me over the face of the nation.
I wanna leave like I wanna leave a little, like a trail of scrotal grease out, over the American people
God, that's.
and anybody
Listen.
else.
Hallelujah. That's so poetic.
Sorry,
Send money.
I was just overcome. Those are poetic words. I think they should be in the United States Constitution.
Well, yeah.
The United States Constitution does not contain enough references to scrotal grease, nor does anything else. Maybe it's a phrase invented here. You heard it here first. Mr. Panda and his scrotal grease parade.
I think the American flag should be, there should be a huge one made out of scrotums, flown.
I wonder who we could get to, I don't know, have a job like that. Somebody who wouldn't mind like taking, severed scrotums and actually dyeing or painting them red, white, and blue.
But who's donating the scrotes?
Well, I could donate mine, and it's already blue.
Well,
That's
we
me,
can
folks.
have-
Captain Blue Balls.
We could talk people into donating their scrotums for society, to science, and
Send money.
and
If you're young, illegible, and female, send your bodies.
you don't even have to send
Yeah.
money. Send your nutsack.
And we'll replace it with a Crown Royal bag.
Could you explain to us what you're doing here?
To get into any academic circle, there's the traditional ritual of stimulating, they say, licking, or titillating, even one might say, the academic clit. Now, of course, mind you, the traditional way would be through titillating or stimulating, though not too risque, academic dry, boring papers. Dry, boring, no. I like a little sort of more of a lubricating the free flow of ideas theory, using my stick of titillation here. And I like to use a rubbing sort of motion at first. Of course, it's very symbolic how they try to put the academic clit out of, you just smack it a little like that, kind of wake up the nerve ending. Of course, they try to put it out of reach. You see, that's very symbolic to strive for. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Good for you?
Yes, it was.
All right. Onwards to higher education.
I ran into this one particular Zen master who had this whole spiel about how you could program exactly when nature called. You could program when you took a shit, and you could gear it so you only had to take a shit at particular times a day. And he said that through mental power you could actually get this going.
Well, that'd be real handy because we could all cue ourselves to shit every time we turn on the cameras to record Abbey or the Lemur. It'd be like a Pavlovian response. The camera comes on, everybody drops a load.
Yeah, no.
Rather than just orally.
Be like, the blessed whirling mega temple of the triune G.G. Allen or something to that effect, just, I don't know, this could be rigged eventually. We just all show up to shootings with bottles of X-Lax and, God help you all.
Genital warts.
That's it, folks. Genital warts.
Let's hear it for genital warts.
Say it once, say it twice, third time's a charm. Genital warts.
It's like little knobbies on your
No.
panoose,
Yeah.
or otherwise.
Uncle Panoose. And my Panoose is currently sporting rug burns.
Yeah, I always kind of figured, if a man has genital warts, it'd be kind of like, ribbed for her pleasure,
And
or something to that effect.
that would eliminate the warts, the waterway forever. Suddenly it will become useful.
Could be a welcomed addition.
Another crew member has arrived, Mr. Julius. And he'll be along presently. And he can probably tell us more about genital warts than we care to know. Yeah. But Mr. Julius is snarking down some items right now. He's slurping water out of it. Julio! Come on, baby!
Hello, William. Seeing me and Julius down by the schoolyard.
Can he be seen?
I don't know.
Probably.
Such a good little guy.
Aw,
The fourth lemur.
there's a little weebus.
He's a weebus. He's purebred weebus. Weebus.
Bad weavers.
Oh, he's a good weebus.
Good weavers.
Good weebus. Good weebus. Weebite.
We buy.
It must be the plural.
We scream, you scream for ice cream.
For weebite. Weebite sparrows.
Comfortable.
Yeah. Friendly dog. He's a friendly dog.
Well, I'm gonna go kill a couple preschoolers. I'll be right back.
Sorry.
Hi, I'm C.F. Roberts. You might remember me from various roles I played on television. The homeless guy who goes lugging the pig head around. The homeless guy who goes carrying that big knife around, and the naked guy who drinks ketchup. Yeah, I did all those. Well, I just wanted to tell you that when I want to get really fucked up, there's nothing that hits the spot quite like calamine lotion.
As you can see, we have over here the modern, lovely, very steel and chrome modernist academic phallus that has later on in the 80s and 90s replaced the academic clit as the deity of your average university and college campus around the world. Now, the academic phallus is a little more difficult to appropriately placate than the academic clitoris, which only requires the proper stimulation in order to open wide the gateways of academia to allow the student to thrust their way through into the inner circle of the academic world. the academic phallus requires the proper lubrication of its ego, as well as the approach with the proper humble and worshipful attitude as so. O great academic phallus, please, we beseech thee, bestow upon us the potency and puissance of your academic pulchritude. May our papers ever swell and grow. Thank you, O great phallus. This is the proper method of academic phallus worship. Ultimately, you may just merely engage in the monthly rite, which would be to sleep with the professor or frat boy of your choice. Thank you.
Well, there was recently a big controversy about bombing in Vieques. People don't seem to like, getting bombs dropped on Vieques, so somebody put up a stink about it. Ooh, they're not allowed to blow shit up. Ooh.
I've been fighting against that all my life.
Yeah. Why bomb Vieques when you can bomb something perfectly normal and acceptable to bomb, like, say, Chelmsford, Massachusetts? I mean, believe me, there's nothing there. Just wipe it off the map, folks. Test your weapons. It'll be perfect.
Oh, such a good coffee. What lurks in Chelmsford, Mass?
Nothing special. Nothing special. Nothing special. I don't know. Just bad childhood memories. Just thoughts of me long into my 20s, taking terrified, unwitting friends through midnight journeys into Chelmsford, into the bowels of the Chelmsford suburbs, where I'd drive around and reminisce and reminisce and reminisce. I'd sit there and it'd be like, this is the place where I lived all those years. But it's not the same place. All the same people aren't living in those houses. All those kids that beat on me and picked on me have grown up and gone on with their lives. And here I am, driving around and around and around.
That must have been a wonderful childhood.
Yeah, it was passable. Anyway. Yeah, I even graduated. I was a graduated cylinder. I was a master cylinder.
I was a beaker and a fast speaker.
He was a beacon of light for the masses. Anyway, the dog is friendly.
Welcome
The
to
dog
that.
is friendly and bright-eyed and wide-eyed. We're your friends. We're your lemurs.
We love you.
And now we'd like to present you with this wonderful cartoon.
Oh, that's my
Not necessarily.
The hood is a wee bit excessive, perhaps.
She's a Jawa.
Yeah.
The desired effect.
Not.
Sleepy dog.
I won't even explain the getup. I'll
Dog
just
with a
wear it.
plan.
The dog's the smartest one of the lot. He's like here on the comfy couch going to sleep.
And he's the brains of the bunch.
Yeah, he talks to us. Like in that Spike Lee film, Summer of Sam. And they have the talking dog, you know, that talks to David Berkowitz. And it's a trip, you know, when the dog starts talking. And this dog says all kinds of cool shit, you know. And, but it doesn't matter what the dog says, we're totally cool with it. But when you have animals that suddenly start talking to you, or toys and dolls that suddenly start talking to you, you know, because this happens like all the time. So when you have household inanimate or your pets, you know, start talking to you, like a spatula in the kitchen, it starts talking to you and saying things. Anything is permitted except when they start saying, kill the president, and then you have to kind of watch out.
That's when you gotta check your head.
Yeah.
When the words kill the president start coming over the transom, you kind of have to start wondering, and you kind of have to start taking little precautions to make sure that everything's kosher.
Yeah, well, isn't there a spray for that? Voices be gone. Yeah.
I don't know if there's a spray for that, but you know, there's probably a profession that will help you rid yourself of those pesky voices.
I believe there's a vaccination or something.
Shaman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inoculations.
Yeah, you can go out and get a shot.
Big needle in the ass, something like that.
Yeah.
That was a weird gonorrhea and urine voices.
The schizophrenia vaccine.
Yeah.
The genital wart vaccine, created by the same person.
Helps bee stings too.
That's always a boon.
Ray Kroc, he invented the schizophrenia injection.
Rhea Kroc.
Ray Kroc.
Rhea Kroc.
Because he also invented like McDonald's and stuff, or you know, or he came along and helped the McDonald brothers take over the world with crap-ass hamburgers, you know, and you get these little thin, like see-through pieces of meat with a bit of limp lettuce thrown at it, and that's our cultural contribution to the world. Aren't you proud?
I was once in a McDonald's, and there was some relief. It was after Ray Kroc died. There was some relief there, and I don't know, it was meant to look like some real piece of art. It was like, you know, just a block of stucco with Ray Kroc's image cut into it, and just in big letters at the bottom, Ray A. Kroc, and you know, the date of his birth and death, founder, blah blah blah, and a couple of really drunken frat boys were eating food the next table over and getting somewhat loud and obnoxious. And I remember one of them, they were on their way out, and one of them just kind of walked over to this relief, and he just read it. He said, Ray Kroc. And they were, this guy's dead. And they started calling over to the McDonald's staffers and saying, hey, are you guys sad? Your boss is dead. They didn't really respond to that.
How about Thomas Crapper, the inventor of the toilet?
Yeah.
Certainly a toilet pioneer.
Yeah.
And God knows this planet needs more toilet pioneers. Well, if you are going to add an extra amenity to a flush toilet, what would it be? What else could your toilet do for you? Because as you all know, the question is not what you can do for your toilet, but ask rather what your toilet can do for you.
at this point in my life, I would say, you know, a gentle motion anal massager
That'd be good.
for after you know, take those really rough shits.
Of course.
And my tender sphincter knows, you know, knows what it needs.
I think like the European bidet.
Yeah. Those
blast of
Europeans know
water.
how to live.
A blast of water up the rectum, you know, that'd be intriguing.
A toilet that
A self-wiping toilet.
administers a mild colonic.
Cool.
Maybe a toilet that could, you know, light your cigarette.
You don't want that malfunctioning.
Mahatma Gandhi would jizz in his drawers.
Gandhi would love this.
He'd love the colonic bit, I think.
Yeah. Thomas Edison, he could also appreciate. Edison would shit. No pun intended. Bad. Seen any good cows lately?
Oh, plenty of them. It's not hard to find a good cow in this culture.
Yeah, some of them are my neighbors.
The only good cow is a dead cow.
On a bun. Does it?
I hate a dead cow. Flashback to last season, folks.
Yeah. Or dinner time. There was dead cow and all that shit we shoveled down, wasn't there?
There was some. There's dead cow, dead chicken, dead vegetable.
Dead vegetables. There's a band.
How come you don't ever hear about mad chicken disease?
Too many chickens already have it. It's a cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a typical condition for that.
Talon and beak disease.
Because they eat dead chicken, you know, chickens eat their dead all the time.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt them any. Which has me wondering whether mad cow disease isn't all some huge hoax anyway.
Some kind of evil ruse.
Yeah, it's to perpetrate some ongoing circle, some ongoing cycle of corporate welfare, I think.
Never mind what I was thinking. When you said evil ruse, I was thinking of kangaroo. Because I've been talking online with somebody from Australia and they use the term ruse a lot. He said evil ruse, and I just saw this army of sinister kangaroos.
Kangaroos that go. You see a baby come out of the pouch.
Yeah. Satan's kangaroos. There's another band. I dare you, kid. You got a band, you can call it Satan's Kangaroos.
We're waiving all rights to it.
You can
Go
have
with
it.
it. Go with it.
Fly and be free. You know, as soon as this airs, we're going to see that damn phrase on a flyer on a lamppost in Fayetteville, you know, playing JR's Satan's Kangaroos. They'll get a recording contract with Interscope and we'll be banging our heads against the wall, you know. They stole our name, our perfectly good name. No, it will never happen. No, I mean, they may get signed to Interscope, but it'll never be a good band name.
Should we wrap up?
Wrap up.
Well, anyway, we're your friendly neighborhood lemurs,
Lemur.
and we love you.
Oh, yeah.
And
Finally.
we just came here to tell you all that we love you. Send money, send your bodies.
Send your sphincters.
Send your sphincters because mine desperately needs to be replaced.
Aw. Go Lemur.
It'll be
Go
just
Lemur.
like surgery. Go
It'll be
Lemur.
more fun.
Go Lemur. It's your only hope. All right, everybody for a nice group wave.
You're on.
Alright, scene 3, act 2.
Ready? Abbey of the Lemur is one thing that we have to seriously discuss because you know what? A lot of it has to do with these realms that we don't even possibly understand, because one thing that we have to understand is that sex rules all and Coca-Cola is God.
Amen. Speak on, brother.
In order to continue with our quest, which is towards money, we have to work our smooth asses off
Can I get a
to
hallelujah,
make
brother?
sure that we run that dog straight into the ground. Why? Because Abbey of the Lemur is not Presbyterian. There are big deals against the Presbyterians. Why? Because a lot of Presbyterians have
Hi-yo, piggy, away!